life cycle of a Porsche Spyder. In 1955, its assembly into the world was sliced like a rare, ripe fruit. Crisp, clean, bright. An entire race car. The ignition turned, and a clean smoke proved the driving was about to begin. The weightlessness in the driver's chest as he rode a tight, parallel line on a new stream of wind. Somewhere within the cumulative electricity of those racetracks, there was the crack of a rev that cracked back, that jammed, and the wind died. And that was when the exterior began to shed its most illustrious layer. The car was parked and left in the dark. 20 years later, my dad bought this now more quiet statement of sophistication and placed his hand on the hood where the heat had frozen. His hobby for the next decade was to track down the makers of original components. As fresh cardboard boxes, large and small, appeared in the foyer like unmarked gifts. Eventually the screws were aligned, the new steering wheel and seats fixed into place. A new paint job took the car like a silver comet with precise red stripes carefully rendered on each side. Eventually, he allowed me to place my finger on its exterior. By that time, I thought aluminum might be as soft as cotton. That was when Dad deflated the air-conditioned bubble, took a seat in the cockpit, and pressurized the gas pedal for the first and second time. His friends took pictures of him as he drove up our street once and back once. The image on a mug in the kitchen cupboard is of Dad as he piloted the car on that perfect sunny day, a sour expression on his face. The photograph on the wall of it sitting in the sun on the front lawn confirms that its smooth, even glimmer was very difficult to part with. Within months, Dad sold the car for an adequate fortune to a collector, and the car was parked in an air-conditioned bubble big enough to accommodate other vintage cars. As Dad gets out of bed in the middle of the night to walk downstairs and flip through that car magazine, his index finger brushed across something red. Another problem with aluminum in it. A quality American product. A simple aluminum shell that easily stacks and that pops right open. And yet the soda can strives, appeals, attracts. The link glimmers like a trail of ice water as it merges with another trail on the outside of a can of ice-cold Diet Coke. Too quick and slippery to crack or break, I pour a third of the can into a glass with 3 cubes of ice and set the can down across from my friend's full can. I like it extra cold and just a tiny bit diluted. My friend is more like most soda drinkers. I notice on the side of the can that even Diet Coke has its own website. The black loop at the very top of the capital D wraps around the shiny silver and red can as it rotates under my fingertips before I throw it in the trash. A quality American product, I say with a smirk and a seriousness. My friend raises her eyebrows. I say this phrase a lot. Because no matter what I see or see through, the competition remains constantly changing in this great country of ours, where I can't avoid the quality American products I prefer. Thank you.